Story 1. The Sleepover. When I was 13, I stayed over at my friend Jacob's house. His parents were out of town, so we had the entire place to ourselves. It was supposed to be fun. No rules, no curfew. Just us, snacks, and games until we passed out. We stayed up watching horror movies until after midnight, then fell asleep on the floor in our sleeping bags. Around 2:15 a.m., I woke up. At first, I thought I'd imagined the sound. It was light, slow, dragging footsteps from upstairs. But then Jacob stirred. He heard it too. We sat up in silence, staring at the ceiling. The footsteps kept going back and forth, like someone pacing. But no one was supposed to be up there. Jacob whispered that his parents had double-locked the doors before leaving. Nobody should have been inside. He crept to the front door, still locked. Deadbolt untouched. We checked every window. Nothing was open or broken. Our only guess was maybe the neighbor's cat snuck in somehow. We grabbed a flashlight and went up, slow. The hallway was dark, cold, empty. The air felt thicker up there. Jacob checked each bedroom. Nothing. But then, a stair creaked behind us. The second from the top. I whipped around and shone the flashlight. Just the stairwell. But both of us knew we'd heard it. That was enough. We bolted back downstairs and locked ourselves in the bathroom with the light on until morning. Around 7 a.m., Jacob's mom called. She sounded freaked out. Their neighbor had been caught trying to break into their garage just before dawn. He had been found wandering around in their yard, carrying a key to their front door. They hadn't seen that key in over a year. They thought they'd lost it. Story 2. The bus stop. It was a Friday night, nearly midnight. I was stuck waiting for a late bus after my shift ended. The stop was quiet. One dim street lamp buzzed overhead, and everything else was silent. My phone was at 3% battery. About 5 minutes into the wait, I noticed a man approaching. He was walking slowly, like he didn't have a destination. He eventually stood just a few feet from me, hands in his coat pockets, saying nothing. At first, I didn't pay much attention, but when I glanced over, something seemed off. His coat looked wrong. The style was old, faded, like something out of a movie from the 1960s. It was perfectly clean, but didn't match the season at all. He had a pale face, very pale, like he hadn't been in the sun for years. His eyes were dull, unfocused. Then he turned to me and said, very clearly, "Is this the line that goes past Brookside Cemetery?" I nodded slowly. "Yeah, it passes it," I replied, feeling uneasy. He didn't say anything else, just stared at the road ahead. After another minute, the bus arrived. I stepped on and turned around to see if he was following me, but he wasn't there. Gone. No footsteps, no movement. I asked the driver if he saw him. He sighed and shook his head. "That guy? You're not the first to see him. Same question, same coat. People been spotting him for decades, since 1982, far as I know." I sat down, shaken. The seat across from me was empty, but the cushion was warm, like someone had just been sitting there. Story 3. The room behind the vents. We bought our house last spring. A quiet place on a cul-de-sac, great backyard, older but charming. My daughter loved it, especially her room on the second floor. But within the first week, she started saying something that unsettled us. She told me there was someone at the walls. At first I laughed it off. Kids imagine things. New house, strange sounds, old pipes. But she kept insisting. And it wasn't just general fear. She said someone was whispering through the vents at night. that they knew her name, that they described her toys, that they told her they used to live here. I stayed up one night in her room. Around 3 a.m. I heard it, the faintest whisper coming from the vent above her bed. My blood ran cold. I opened the vent cover with a screwdriver, expecting to find air ducts, but there weren't any, just darkness. I called an HVAC company. They checked and confirmed it. That particular vent was sealed. It didn't connect to any part of the system. That night, I pulled off the entire wall panel. Behind it was a narrow crawl space. No lights, no insulation, just old boards and dust. And in the far corner, a blanket, candy wrappers, a notebook, and a Polaroid photograph of my daughter taken from the hallway outside her room. We left the house that weekend, never went back, but sometimes I still wonder how long someone had been living inside our walls.